Now, keep in mind that while we're showing foods that are supposed to be good for you in some way, shape, or form, it doesn't mean you should start cutting them out of your diet completely. You need fats, you need proteins, and you need fiber. Cutting foods with these things in them can take an even worse toll on your health. But hey, if you can find alternative foods, go for it. Anyway, here are foods that are doing way more damage to your body than you might think.
9.
Sports drinks. But surely they can't be that bad for you. Athletes drink them. Yeah, because sports drinks were designed for athletes who finished an intense workout, thus causing them to sweat a lot and help them deal with glycogen depletion. For this reason, sports drinks contain water to replenish lost fluid, electrolytes to replenish electrolytes like sodium that were lost via sweat, and sugar because athletes need energy after an intense workout. Now, why are they unhealthy for non-athletes? Well, for starters, you don't need any additional electrolytes unless you've been doing a very intense workout. Not to mention, you're not burning any calories, so you don't need any more sugar in your diet. And sports drinks carry a lot of sugar in them. One bottle of Gatorade contains over 30 grams of sugar. You're better off sticking to plain water, which you should certainly drink plenty of, especially around workouts.
8.
Sodas. Yeah, a bit of an obvious one, but we're not going to talk about the damage soda has on your teeth, liver, and stomach. Did you know that soda can have a drastic effect on your bones? There you go. You have a whole new reason to quit drinking soda now. Soda contains both phosphoric acid and caffeine, which lead to the decrease of bone mineral density, or BMD, and eventually to osteoporosis. Also, don't think that diet and zero sodas are any better for you, as they both have the exact same effect on your bones. Try drinking flavored water instead. Sure, it probably has more preservatives and some sugars, unless you're able to find sugar-free flavored water at the store, but it's still a much better alternative than soda.
7.
Eggs. Although a great source of protein, eggs can be a funny thing to have. Sure, they're easy to cook, and you'd have to be either incompetent or have half a mind to mess up eggs, but undercooking them can result in salmonella infection. Unfortunately, undercooking eggs isn't the only thing that can lead to salmonella infection. It can also depend on the batch of eggs you purchase. The salmonella infection that can get on eggs from the excrement of an infected chicken can be extremely dangerous to people like the elderly, young kids, and even people who are known to have a weak immune system. The best way to see if an egg is infected is by looking at the shell. If it looks dirtier than a normal egg, then odds are it's a bad batch. Luckily, all you need to do is just give the egg a good scrub before cracking it open. Listen, it's better to spend 1 minute washing the egg before making scrambled eggs and feeding the entire family with it.
6.
Gluten-free junk foods. Look, if you're gonna have junk food, just have junk food. You could say that it has omega-3 in it, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still junk food. Only in recent years have we all started to avoid gluten like it was the plague. When you think about it, that's rather strange, as gluten is actually a protein that's commonly found in wheat, rye, barley, and spelt products. But almost a third of the U.S. population is currently trying their hardest to cut back on gluten or go gluten-free. Food manufacturers have caught up on the trend and have started offering all sorts of gluten-free, quote-unquote, health foods. Now, if you know big corporations, they'll happily cut corners just to jump onto a health bandwagon. Oh, you're on a diet? Here, we've just released sugar-free sugar, but we've added a crap ton of added sweeteners and preservatives that can actually be worse for your health. Still though, buy our product. You get the point. What we're saying is that yes, even though they've released a gluten-free alternative to their product, odds are it's not much healthier than the normal product. Instead of a gluten grain, they're made with other starches like potato starch, tapioca starch, or some others. These starches are usually highly refined, void of nutrients, and spike blood sugar fast, just like wheat. But these products are often also loaded with sugar and other harmful or artificial chemicals. Now, obviously, this doesn't go for naturally gluten-free products like meat. However, if a product has gluten-free on the package, then it's probably bad for you.
5.
Lettuce. Oh no, vegetables are suddenly bad for you. Yeah, no, lettuce is still really good for you. The problem, however, is that most batches of lettuce have been known to carry some form of infection. The scientists from the Center for Science in the Public Interest have analyzed statistics for the past 12 years. They were trying to figure out which foods led to the highest number of cases of food poisoning. As it turns out, lettuce was shown to be the worst for this, as it was responsible for 363 outbreaks with 13,568 known cases of poisoning. So yeah, be very wary when choosing your sandwich fillings. It might be sealed well and ready to eat according to the packaging, but with numbers like that, the risk is high.
4.
Red meat. Another one that's a no-brainer for fitness fanatics is red meat. As it turns out, red meat is known to trigger a dangerous reaction that can drastically decrease our immune system, making it incredibly weak. According to studies, the reason red meat does this to us comes from a natural sugar in red meat that our bodies can't digest. The sugar is believed to cause a host of other health problems, a higher risk of cancer being one of those.
3.
Chicken. Now this one might come as a surprise, as chicken is a healthy source when it comes to getting your protein intake. But you have to be very careful with how you prepare a whole chicken. It only takes 1 drop of juice from raw chicken meat to make you very, very sick, as it has enough Campylobacter bacteria to infect a single person. This bacteria is known to cause fevers and gastrointestinal issues. It doesn't take long for the bacteria to do its job, as it's spread really fast when cleaning it and cutting it up. To be safe, you should minimize your contact with raw chicken and wash the cutting board and knives far from the rest of your dishes. We even suggest washing them in boiling water.
2.
Cheese. This one is a bit of a no-brainer, but you wouldn't think that cheese was that bad for you. Sure, it can take a bit of a toll on your cholesterol, but it does more than just clog your arteries. Now, much like chicken, you've got to be wary of cheese, as it's possible that you could buy a batch that could do a lot of damage to your body. There are no toxic chemicals in cheeses, but at any stage of the production, pathogenic microorganisms that cause poisoning can get into cheeses. Now, with any cheese you purchase, you always run the risk of catching brucellosis and listeriosis. The reason the risk is so high is because you're not sure if that cheese is made using unpasteurized milk of sick animals during the production. That's why you should only buy cheese from manufacturers you know and trust.
1.
Processed foods. If you're a fitness fanatic, we don't need to tell you why processed foods are bad. In fact, it's common knowledge that processed meats are bad for you, but nobody ever really goes into the specifics as to why they're bad for you. Now, it's pretty safe to say that processed foods are the worst foods when it comes to immune health. The reason for this is because there are many food companies out there who are using the terms natural to describe their product, even though their foods may have a hefty amount of refined carbohydrates, sugar, and hidden flavorings. Well, that's corporations for you. They'll put what you want to see on the packaging just to make a quick buck off of you. The same can also be said about organic processed foods, such as breads and cereals, as they may contain immune-suppressing sugar. Eating processed foods can lead to chronic irritation in the body. A recent study even suggests that the toxins of a modern diet completely outweigh the possible nutritional gains. All this is leading us to weaker immune systems, higher rates of illnesses and diseases, and all-around poor health. And that's our list. Did we leave any out that you know about? Let us know in the comments section below. Please remember to subscribe and tap the bell button so you're notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.